Oh, thank God. Thank God it's Monday. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Some of the exciting things that happened today in history on the 29th of March. Very exciting things happened today. 1999, Wayne Gretzky, some believe to be the greatest hockey player of all time, scored his last goal. Wayne Gretzky, of his career, retired shortly afterwards. So everybody's excited for Wayne Gretzky. And also, in history on today's date, in 1973, the United States ended its involvement in the Vietnam War. Some people call it a conflict. I would call it a war. They evacuated Saigon rather quickly, and that was the end of the United States involvement in Vietnam. So I want to just shout out to Paul Maniscalco for his service in Vietnam, my brother-in-law from Fort Myers, Florida, and all the other Vietnam veterans. My brother Jay, although my brother Jay never saw any action, the only action my brother Jay saw was at a bump bar in downtown Bangkok. He was stationed in Thailand for his whole tour of duty. So our hats are off to all the Vietnam veterans that served their country well, and a lot of them gave their lives. So today I want to talk about something that's been in the news. I know everybody's been talking about it. It's that stranded ship in the Suez Canal. It's been holding up traffic for about a week. I was contacted. I know a little about boats. I have a friend in Dallas who was in the Navy. I have a friend who has a boat in Jacksonville, Florida. I belong to a yacht club in Los Angeles. I'm the only member of the yacht club that doesn't own a boat. But they let me join the yacht club because they know how much I love boats. So I'm like the only member of the yacht club there at the yacht club there in Redondo Beach that does not own a boat. So that was that made me feel good that they would welcome me to the club and I didn't even own a boat. So I know a little about boats. I know they float. I know the steer, the starboard and the steer. Some of the nomenclature is, there is no other words for the nomenclature. So if you don't know anything about boats, this presentation, this video might be a little bit confusing. I'll try to make it as simple as it possible. I've taken the time to construct a mock-up of the stranded ship in the Suez Canal. And like I said, I was contacted. I think I'm going to bring this out a little bit. That's a better photo. Now this body of water, as you know, this is just a mock-up, but it should give you an idea of what took place. Like I said, I know a little about maritime law. I know, although I've never been on a cruise, I don't think I'd want to be on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean with 3,500 other people and you can't get off. That would be frightening. So anyway, let's get down to it. This represents, I couldn't find a boat at the Goodwill store, so the closest thing that resembles a shipping container ship is this Centrium Mega, some kind of gun. I don't know what the. I don't know what it is. Let me get. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's the Mega Nerf. Anyway, it's the closest thing I could get to a ship. I talked to the lady at Goodwill, and I talked to a gentleman who was stocking shelves in the basket aisle, and he said that they were low. I asked him if they had any boats in the back room that haven't been put on shelves yet, and he said no, that they were just talking about that subject earlier, and that they were running low on children's toys. So I think this is the best representation of a container ship, and I'll just get right down to it. As you can see, it was lodged between the banks of the Suez Canal. The stern, I'm gonna go back and make this a little wider. The stern over here and the bow. The bow, or was it the stern, was stuck in the mud. And the only way to free that was to release some of the soil and the mud from the bow or the stern. I get those mixed up, but I know one of them means the front of the ship, and one of them means the rear of the ship. So they had to get the bow out of there, and would be this area here stuck in the mud. So what they did, they couldn't release any of these. A ship of this size with this many containers is a weight and balance issue, just like an airplane. That's why when you fly in an airplane, sometimes you see some of the more heavy set passengers are always in the middle of the airplane, and that balances it out. You don't want a lot of weight in the back or the front, unless of course they're first class passengers, and then the pilot's just going to have to account for that extra weight in the nose. So with that being said, they could not take containers off the center or the sides, or off where it was dug into the sand, because that would cause a weight and balance issue, and perhaps crack the hull of the ship. So then they'd have a mess bigger than the mess that you could ever think that you could ever have. So that was not an option. So the only option they had, let me try to get in a position where I can show you what exactly took place. I was consulted. They knew I knew somebody in the Navy, and this is what happens. So the ship eventually was freed today, and what they did is they removed soil from the bank of the Suez Canal on I think it's the northeast side. And what happened was, I'll show you what happened. With the assistance of the tugboats, it just centered itself in the canal like this. So it centered itself in the canal after they dug out the extra soil on the side, and then the ship was able to continue on its journey through the Suez Canal. So I hope that's helpful to anyone that was interested. This was quite a big story in the news worldwide. It cost billions of dollars in trade disruption. There are over 110,000 ships that were waiting to get through the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal, unfortunately, where this accident happened, there's only one way. There's only one channel. If it happened along another route of the Suez Canal, there would be two channels. Like over here, this is an example of two channels. Say you have one, and then you have one over here. That would make two channels. Unfortunately, that was not the case, and this was the problem. So they're going to resume. Some ships decided to take off and go around the other way, and some ships are going to wait their turn and enter the Suez Canal where the accident happened, and there'll be a delay in a lot of goods and services. There's oil and gas and food, and no doubt Toyotas. I'm sure there are Toyotas on these on this particular ship as well, and a lot of products for Walmart. Yeah, no doubt. So in closing, I hope you got a better idea what happened here. I'll leave the description in the comment section of what was covered today, and I guess it's a happy ending. It took me and took the consultants and the marine people, the boat people, time to figure out just what to do. So a happy ending, and here we go. I'll just give you a better idea exactly what happened again in a fast forward type thing. This is the ship. This is the Suez Canal. This is the tugboats, soil removal, and then bam, there it goes, on its way. So a happy ending. So I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. I hope it helped you out understand exactly what was going on. It's just amazing, some things that you'd never think are going to happen. They happen, and thank God we have professionals in the industry like myself who can identify the problem, rectify the problem, come up with a solution to the problem, and get commerce on its way again. So enjoy the rest of the day. Today's Monday. Hang in there. The weekend is only many days away.